Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. When you see two people meet, you can learn a lot about the relationship between the two people. And could be a power relationship. One is a subordinate, the other one is the boss. Or one is stressed, the other one is relaxed. You can see if one feels or is perceived as superior. The body language, the look in their eyes, the words they use, the intonation, and so on. You can figure things out. There are trainings over there, and there are books that you can read and learn and be trained in reading people's body language. Not only the body language, general body language, but also the micro-facial body language. Some people are trained in that, and some people are not. I suggest you start getting very experienced in reading people's body language, because that accounts to about 80% of our communication cues that we give others. So I can be loving to you, but if I'm like this, you know that that's not loving, for instance. Or this is not an open person, even if I say, yeah, I'm open to negotiations. So what do we have here? We have Donald Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu. Donald Trump is the president of the United States of America. Netanyahu is the prime minister of the state of Israel. And the first foreign leader who was invited to visit our country, the United States of America, is Israel's prime minister, none other than Bibi Netanyahu. I would like you to watch this short video. It's maybe 15 seconds, 15, or maybe 20 seconds. And I would like you to pay attention at the body language of both people, which is Trump and Netanyahu. And you will understand who is in charge and who is not, who is the subordinate and who is the boss. This is the famous or infamous holding chair video, where Donald Trump holds Netanyahu's chair so Netanyahu sits down. We're going to talk about that. Yes, that's a nice gesture for a guest, and you got a visitor over there and so on, no problem. But hey, let's watch the video. So here is a video, let's start. Look who's in charge here. All right, now, however you want to call this, look at this position. Hands. Look how he's going to stay after he's right there. What's next for me, sir? All right, let's interpret that. First, when you have guests at your house, you, as a host, you try to be as pleasant and polite as possible. It's obvious. There's a little caveat to that. If you're not the same with everyone that visits your house or whatever place you got, that means you give a preferential behavior to some, and the question is why? You like them more, you respect them more, you respect the other ones less. That's what it is. So, okay, Donald Trump held a chair for a prime minister of a country of about 10 million people. All right? I would like to see Donald Trump holding the chair for Putin, a guy who has nuclear weapons and is in charge of a country with about 150 million people. Or maybe Xi Jinping of China, 1.5 billion. Or maybe, I don't know, Modi, Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister of India. These are important players, or should be. Or, I don't know, Starmer, which I wouldn't, but I'm just saying. Important country. No. Have you ever seen Donald Trump, the big billionaire that is always in charge? Remember, Donald Trump lived as a wealthy person or a rich person, however you want to look at it, for at least 50 years in his life. At least 15 years, 50 years. So that develops a certain kind of mentality. No, like you look at Elon Musk, the same way. They develop a certain kind of mentality and behavior, that is, attitude. Everybody, 99.999% of the people around them do what they're told. Maybe you don't tell a guy that you are interacting with, you want a loan or something, but everybody else, In your business, you are in charge. So with this attitude, every day, 50 years, develop a certain kind of tyrannical, superior attitude. You're not going to be told what to do, because 50 years you are not told what to do. That's why when you see people with their own businesses, they tend to be more independent, even in their speech, than people working for someone or for the government, because their livelihood depends on that. A guy who owns a company, what are you going to do to me? Not much, so I can be myself, which is a prick. All right, so here we have Trump, the billionaire, with Netanyahu. I don't know if he's a billionaire or not, but I know he's a politician. Used to be Anyway, so this guy shows up with 10 million people, a country that really as a magnitude should be unimportant to us, small. I mean, its economy depends on, the military depends on, and many other things depend on. Its survival in the Middle East depends on. And you hold the chair. It's like you hold a candle to someone. That's how I interpret it. Did you see their meeting at the White House sitting down? You can say, well, Trump always holds that, hands together like the chapel, whatever. He's praying that it's over. Look at the body language. He prays. I read a few comments made to another video when I was analyzing Trump's and mainly Putin's body language while he was holding the chair. No, it's not about his back problem, as someone indicated over there. It's not that he needs to feel comfortable. He does that very often, and could be. These things are not general. So if I'm like this, and it doesn't mean necessarily that I'm closed. I don't know, something else, my stomach hurts or something. But most of the time, that's what it is. The same here. Look at Trump's and look at Netanyahu's arms or hands. Look at Trump's face. Hunchback, looks down. Look at Netanyahu, like, anybody? I own you. Right there. And then obviously the chair. If Trump will do this from now on to each and every person that he's going to sit down with, I will say, okay, it's just a coincidence. I bet it's not. And I bet you won't see that happening again. And then after did you see that? After the guy sat down, Trump stood next to his chair like a dog waiting, or like a servant waiting for an order, a command. You don't want to interpret it that way? Well, why don't you interpret Trump's behavior towards him, Trump's statements, and dragging us into something that we should not be dragged into, which is the Middle East. Look at the armaments that Trump so-called aid. My friends, I don't have to go over that with you. I mean, if you're here in a minute, what minute is that? 9. That means you know what I'm talking about. My point is that is embarrassing for Americans. First, embarrassing for Americans or for others who look at Trump. Oh my God, look up. Oh my God, Trump is fantastic. And the other one is, I'm glad they show us who's who, what's what. I like that. It's easy even for the baboons to take their time from eating each other's fleas into observing, noticing, hey, what's going on here? And then go back to eating their fleas. You need more evidence? You need to see who's who, what's what? Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. I'm waiting for Netanyahu to do the same thing to Trump when Trump is going to go and pay his respect to the Wailing Wall over there with the... Okay, I'm waiting for that. It ain't gonna happen. See you later.